Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Nekpe Obasoge, reporting from Toronto, Canada. We are here today to discuss about insecurity in Nigeria, and I have with me in the studio Mr. Magnus Oraka, all the way from Nigeria. He lives in the northern region of Nigeria. Thanks for joining the program today, Mr. Oraka.
Thank you very much. That I'm your guest today.
Thank you, sir. First of all, where do you live in the northern region of Nigeria?
I live in Jos, the capital of Plateau State.
Oh, okay. I thought you were living in Kano. Oh, okay.
You know.
But Jos is the middle, a kind of middle belt,
Uh,
right?
yeah, Jos is relatively a Christian state. It's predominantly a Christian state.
States, yeah.
Predominantly, yes.
What's that?
About 90% Christians.
Okay. In 2018, I invited one young lady from Jos to Benin City to visit me because she was shot by Fulani Herdsmen and she survived, miraculously survived the shooting. I was in Nigeria in 2018. I invited her. It was her first time of visiting Benin. She is so lovely young lady. So today we are here to discuss about this insecurity in Nigeria, what happened lately in the Southwest region with the governors, especially the governor of Ondo State.
Well, the truth, there's nothing much to say except that it's a situation that everybody in Nigeria is well abreast of. It's no news that Fulani Herdsmen are on a rampage and with a deliberate act to inundate our land space and, if possible, occupy it. And what is even far more worrisome is that they are inviting their Fulani brothers from other countries cut across Sudan, Niger, and Chad to come in and proliferate our land space. The truth is that due to desert encroachment, poverty rate in Africa, Nigeria seems to be a virgin land that provides great succor. And let me also explain what is also happening here. A new kind of stupidity has been found in Nigeria, and the Fulani knows it. And they've told their brothers across Africa that, hey, come here, we have some group of idiots that lives in Nigeria and they are in the southern part of Nigeria. You can actually go to their land, take their wealth, take their money, cause confusion in them, even kidnap them, and they'll be giving you money. So the Fulanis across Africa have discovered that Nigeria is now a place you can come and make quick money. Kidnap one rich man, demand a huge sum, like 50 million. If you get like 10 or 5 million at the end of the day, 5 million naira in a Sudan currency or Niger currency or Chad currency is huge. So that's what is happening. One group comes, does some kidnapping business, goes back, another group comes in. So what I'm trying to insinuate here is that there is a chain. It's a cyclic chain. It's an infinite chain that will not end. It's an unending chain. So just trying to buttress the enormity of the problem that we have in our hands. And some people are pretending not to understand how deep the problem goes. But I want to tell you that a group of Fulani people across sub-Saharan Africa have discovered a virgin land of great multitude of foolish people. And by foolish people, I refer to the South and Southeast and possibly the Southwest, who have refused to find a way to align together and ward off this imminent in the idea of isolating themselves through trivial and mundane ethnic differences. And therefore, they've made themselves vulnerable and porous, so much so that the Fulanis across Africa are now taking the advantage to spread themselves and locate themselves comfortably to unleash mayhem, such as kidnapping, terrorism, intimidation, threat, and possibly take over power. I think right now Nigeria is being governed by the whims and caprices of the Fulani dictates. So, and by Fulani dictates, I mean Fulanis across Africa. That's what it is right now. So the only seeming coordination we have in the south is the southwest. As for south, south, and southeast, those ones can be run over at any time. With this, our political way of going about things, we are really not a problem. All we think is that we can brag and talk and shout and say we are this, we are that, but we really are no threat. The most organized setting in the south that the Fulani wants to neutralize are the Yoruba people. Once that is neutralized, the rest of us are a piece of cake. So what is happening now is that, let me tell you, let me even clear this thing. What is happening now didn't just start now. It started from the very day Buhari assumed power. Let me tell you how it was done. When Buhari came into power, the first thing he did in the first week of his inauguration was to remove roadblocks across the country. I don't know if you're aware of that, but the first thing Buhari did was to remove all roadblocks, all military checkpoints. Every checkpoint in Nigeria was removed. In that period, which is my opinion anyway, besides, let me make a disclaimer here. Every point I make here are mere suggestion and a figment of my imagination. I could just be wrong, but they are just calculated guesses. So what happened was that the Buhari removed all the checkpoints. So I am of the opinion that within that period, firearms and weapons were used to circulate weapons to their network of Fulani people that were already spread across. It is either the weapons went to the location and then later the Fulanis go to the weapons, or the Fulanis were there, then the weapons came to meet them. Either way, the weapons and Fulanis have merged. If not, how do you explain Fulani herdsmen in our bushes already armed with sophisticated weapons such as the it's a well-coordinated siege by the Fulanis of Nigeria and the Fulanis of Africa. So perhaps the reason why in our southern region, perhaps the reason why the people of the southern region are not seeing the urgency and seriousness with which we should come together is because they have not come to the full grasp of the enormity. It is still looking like a fairy tale as to whether Fulanis are going to take over Nigeria or not. But then it is true. They're already on it. They're already on it. And in as much as we still find it easy to be pursuing this petty ethnic agenda, like the Ijaws will come, they'll be talking about the supremacy of Ijaws. The Igbos will come, they'll be talking about the supremacy of Igbos. The Edos will come, they'll be talking about the kingdom of Edos. The Yorubas will come, they'll be talking about Oduduwa. In as much as we do not allow our mind to transcend these primordial sentiments, these baseless, directionless ethnic sentiments, we will be here making videos upon videos for the next 20 years talking about Fulani invasion. And before you know it, we might not even have the opportunity of making videos like this to air the truth. Some of us are even taking a great deal of risk saying what we are saying, but then whether you like it or not, this is the absolute truth of what is going on.
Okay, I think the Nigerian government, especially the northern leaders, created a kind of a vacuum that gave rise to this Fulani herdsmen. I can recall a few years ago, the governor of Kaduna, Nasiru Arufai, was inviting Fulani herdsmen from neighboring countries to come to Kaduna and collect their financial compensation. Fulani herdsmen that are killing, terrorizing innocent civilians in the country were compensated. And the money was coming from the federal government. What do you expect when Nigeria is calling Fulani herdsmen from neighboring countries to come and collect money in Kaduna? What is that
Let
not
me
a vacuum? Go
let me
ahead.
tell you something. You're just repeating the summary, the preamble I just made. You're just taking part. It's like you didn't get. Let me say it again.
Mm.
When I was schooling I schooled in the University of Maiduguri. I had my first degree in the University of Maiduguri. A typical northerner, a typical core northerner,
Mm.
don't see you as his fellow countrymen. When I was in Maiduguri, a Chadian, the Maiduguri people see the people of Chad more as their brothers than you. We are only as useful to the point that you are relevant to collect wealth from. That is how they see you. Let me repeat that again. A typical northern man sees the southern man only useful to the point that you are good to collect resources from, so that every month subvention will come. That is why they have neglected their granite pyramid, their cotton pyramid, their cotton farm, their fish farm, their onion farm, their all the natural things that we were told did not export. They have abandoned it because oil wealth will come as subvention every month. So the people, the Fulanis in the north, don't see you as their fellow countrymen. They see the people in Chad, the people in Sudan, the people in Niger. They see them more as their own than you. So what they are happening, if wishes were horses, it is hopefully that they take you off your own land and bring their own people who they consider as their brothers to come and take your space.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
As extreme as this may sound, but that is the wish and thought of these people. You take it or leave it. That is what it is.
Exactly. I believe that for them to be calling Fulani herdsmen from neighboring countries to collect financial compensation from the federal government, are you kidding me? So,
The American people in America, they don't take blackmail. They don't fall to it. Is in their constitution that no matter how, they don't subscribe to blackmail. You cannot capture the president of the United States and demand for so millions of naira for them to release the president. America will not subscribe to it. They either try dying to save the president than to give you that money you are back. So
yeah.
it is a policy in America, so you know that you don't blackmail them. So the thing is that when you give, how many times I've heard there was a time they gave I think 100 billion to Fulani herdsmen. There was a time they came again, they demanded more, because the truth is that when you give ransom to a kidnapper, it is a clear display of weakness. It's a clear display of submission. It's a clear display of, it's a clear admission that the person who is blackmailing you is superior to you.
Yeah, it's more powerful.
Now, the implication of subscribing to blackmail is that when you give this set of people 100 billion naira, 100 billion naira is a huge amount in Niger, Chad, or Sudan. What you are simply doing is to encourage another group to say that, okay, well, this group went and did this, and the government of Nigeria pleaded and begged them. In fact, what we are having in Nigeria today is the blatant arrogance of these Fulani herdsmen calling for demands that they should. I think the most recent one is government trying to give Mieti cattle breeders, asking federal government to give them is it some billion? I can't, let me be specific. Asking for certain sum of amount to be given to them to stop the kidnapping. If you give them, another group will come again and say, okay,
Taking
and
advantage of
unleash
what?
a little bit of him. Because you gave them, another group again will come and start the unleashing again and also ask for demand. So what you are simply doing is to create a cheap and easy way for a group of miscreants to be making easy and fast money. So subscribing to blackmail in the first place is not the best idea. Let me tell you something. I think I've said this over and over again. The only language that radicalism understand is equal and opposite radicalism. You either display a superior radical force or you just believe that they are more powerful than you. And in this case, Nigeria, the Nigerian military force, the Nigerian firepower is stronger than that of Sudan, is stronger than that of Ghana. In fact, Nigeria has one of the best military form in Nigeria, but the best military form in Africa. But the willingness of the leadership to exert its military might because of its complicitness with the ethnic cleansing, with the ethnic Fulanis, is why Nigeria seems to be powerless. But in truth, Nigeria is powerful. Like I told somebody, I said, if the Nigerian government wants to stop the insecurity situation tomorrow, not in a week's time, tomorrow, if the Nigerian government wants to, it's just a matter of getting the will that, okay, want to stop it, okay, it's enough. Because the Fulani herdsmen that are inundating our lands and bushes are doing so because by implication, they believe that they have the blessings of the power that be in the Nigerian government. And that's why they are doing it. Because it is preposterously inconceivable to believe that a group of ragtag herdsmen could just be ravaging Nigeria and then our almighty military who have records of keeping peace in different countries cannot handle them. It's inconceivable. It's not acceptable. You catch terrorists, and these terrorists claim to have repented. I am yet to see any gadget that is being manufactured or any psychological or any proven psychological test that has been established that is able to determine repentant terrorists. And somehow in the world, particularly in Nigeria, we have been able to devise the most strategic ways of determining repentant terrorists. And to the extent that these repentant terrorists are now admitted back into the Nigerian military. Does that not tell you something? Terrorists recruited into the Nigerian army.
Yeah.
I can tell you for sure today that the Nigerian army is compromised. That is why they are powerless. And it is a deliberate attempt of the Fulani powers worldwide to make sure that in order to have a free way into the Nigerian system so that these bandits can have a leeway, you must first cripple the protective shield of Nigeria. And how do you do that? Is by infiltrating our military. Right now, bandits have infiltrated our military. Terrorists have infiltrated our military. So whatever strategies you are going to make, who is making these strategies? Is it the terrorists are now forming the strategies, or the terrorists are now aware of these strategies? So much so that whenever these strategies are going to be executed, are these not the same terrorists that will leak these strategies to their brothers who are in the bush? And that is why you see we are unable to catch any of them whenever there is an effort to catch them.
Look, Mr. Oraka, to be honest, in a country guided by the rule of law, you understand, a country with the justice system, with the prison system, a terrorist is not supposed to be released, neither allowing him or her to become a military. You understand? So it just shows that Nigeria, the Northerners, they know what they are doing, because I see no reason
Of
why
course
they
now.
should deploy former terrorists like Boko Haram, say because it's a repentant Boko Haram
What they
member.
do, hello?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
Go ahead.
What they do in America is that when you catch terrorists, you keep them, you either eliminate them or you look for the high profile ones among them, you keep them. The reason why you keep some of them, so that in case there is a need for negotiation, you now use, like in America now, they'll say, okay, some terrorists will come, they say, okay, this is what we need in exchange for this, we need this. You can now use, okay, if you touch this person, we have social person in our custody, and we will do this to this person. If you do this to us, we will do this to this person. So these are all strategies. But you see, we have a Nigerian system that has been taken over by Fulani. Our justice system is in the hand of the Fulanis. Our military system is in the hand of the Fulanis. Our House of Assembly is in the hand of the Fulani. Our presidency is in the hand of the Fulani. Virtually everything. Now, you will not know how deteriorated this it goes. If you go to most parastatals in Nigeria, DG, this parastatal, DG, that parastatal, they are all headed by Fulanis. That is how bad these things goes. That's how bad this thing goes. So when everything about us has this ethnic coloration, I begin to laugh, because these Fulanis that are attacking Nigeria with their ignorant supporters in the north, it is not tribe that is guiding them. It is a code, and that is religion. There are some that are supporting the Fulanis foolishly because they believe religion guides them. And that includes some of the Muslims in the south, both in the Edo State and in the southwest. They are supporting, they are not on the basis of, they think that this is a religious thing, so they want to protect their religion. But as far as the Fulani man is concerned, even the religion that some of these Muslims so much want to die for is even secondary to them. What is driving the Fulani man is the Fulani code. That is the supremacy of this Fulani man, the Usman Danfodio ideology that Fulanis must rule the world, or Fulani must rule Africa. That is what is driving the Fulani man. But to the gullible converted Muslims, they think they are fighting to protect Islam. But the truth is that those who force this Islam into their throats, it's not Islam that is driving them. It is the Fulani code. You that accepted Islam in Edo State, you that accepted Islam in Yoruba State, or anywhere, as a matter of fact, in Nigeria, you think you are fighting to defend Islam. Because I have a friend who thinks anytime you attack Buhari, it's like you're attacking Islam. But to them, it is the Fulani code that is driving them. Whether you like it or not, there is a strong and strange resolve to inundate Nigeria with Fulanis. Because I see no reason why the head of a country can decide that certain terrorists have been rehabilitated. They are not only rehabilitated, they've been rehabilitated so much so that they've become so repentant, so good enough to now be in the military to protect the territorial integrity of the Federal. It's a joke. It's funny. It's ridiculously funny, and it clearly shows it's terrible.
The other day, a Northerner brought a bill to the House proposing rehabilitation for Fulani Herdsmen that includes foreign education for Fulani Herdsmen. People were outraged.
This whole thing is about, you see, first of all, the Fulani man believes that Nigeria belongs to them, right? So when Yaradua pronounced the amnesty program for the militants in the south, I think, do I say some sort of envy? They believe, well, if they believe that is just a way of channeling Nigerian resource to the south. So they too have now decided that, okay, if you have militants, we too have terrorists. If you had amnesty for your militants, let's also have amnesty for our terrorism. Now, the mistake here is that they are now trying to equate or compare terrorism and militancy. They forgot that during the time of militancy, those Niger Delta militants were not attacking civilians. In fact, they were protecting civilians. Even those they kidnap, you find them when they eventually release them, you find they smile, they take pictures with the militants. They are smiling and they are happy. They are treated well. In case you have forgotten, are you aware there are pictures like that? So those militants, they were pursuing a cause that you are taking their wealth and mismanaging their wealth, and therefore they want a proper, more or less like restructuring, where people who produce the wealth benefit more from the wealth that come from their region. That was the whole philosophy that was driving the Niger Delta militants. Now, if you must
for the public, there not be political talk. There been people agitate for resource control of the South. Then the day after. So I want advance them. Next time if they talk, when they use that language again, that language is bad language.
So,
Avengers are not with him at all.
what I'm trying to point out there,
I get the point.
that you understand that statement that they are, yeah. So they are agitating for
the thing I'm trying to say is that in all the activities of the Niger Delta militants, we have no record of Niger Delta militants attacking innocent civilians.
Yes,
Never. Never. Their grievances are always direct to the government. They have no business with ordinary civilians. In fact, if they come across civilians, there is handshake, they laugh, and there are instances where even civilians cook food to go and give them in the bush, because they are not attacking civilians. But in the case of these terrorists, you find terrorists going to churches, beheading pastors, slitting the stomach of pregnant women, and smashing unborn fetuses on the wall. You know, leading cows into farmlands, eating crops, how is that any form of agitation? You are unleashing suffering on innocent individuals. You are causing fear on innocent individuals. You are taking lives on innocent individuals. You are taking lives of the people you say you want to create a Sharia country for. How is that comparable to a group of militants who respect life to another group who don't respect life?
No, these people should not be called militants. That is what
no, militant is not a negative word. Please, militant. I'm using militant. When you say somebody is a militant, that means somebody is aggressive in pursuance of a cause.
Let me see what.
Now the cause, if you can check the meaning of militant, militant does not
combative and aggressive in support of a political or social cause, and typically
beautiful. So
extreme, violent, or confrontational methods.
So it's a method used to achieve a cause. So militant, even the terrorists here, they are also militants. So militant is just a neutral word. It's just a way. It's the way they've chosen to. It's relative, yeah.
It's too negative for these people in the Niger Delta region, because I see them like a political activist. You understand?
My sister, you see, this is my sister. Wait, my sister. I told you when I'm talking and I know I'm talking. This is where the Northerners are very smart. A northern man will use strong words, but polish it as a good word. I am trying to say, if they refer us as militants, they may call us militants, but we know we are not as negative. The point they are trying to drive at by referring to us as militant is not bad. We are militant, yes, but we are good. We are angelic militants. I don't know the point where the strategy I'm using here. You may not understand.
I understand,
but
I understand you.
But you see this, but you see the Northerners, they should stop comparing terrorism and militants. It's a huge different thing. Terror in no way. The word terrorism emanates from terror. So there is no way you can equate terror and militancy. Terror is you just see somebody and then you cut his throat. You kill somebody and take the head and throw the head away. You see a pregnant woman and then the weakest form of any human being is a pregnant woman. Then you catch a pregnant woman, you put alive, you put a pregnant woman alive, she's screaming and you are slitting the stomach open, take out the fetus and smash on the wall. It is the extreme form of psychological depravement that you can imagine. And then it's an insult to my Niger Delta militant brother, proud militant brothers, to be equating people who have no regard for the sanctity of human life, to be saying that these people are the same as Niger Delta militants. And because Niger Delta militants enjoy these certain privileges from their own wealth to their own money from their own region, you want people from the desert now to also enjoy the same privileges that those who are fighting for their cause at no expense of human life, they should also enjoy the same privilege. That is the depth of mischievousness on the part of the Fulani administration, headed by the Buhari administration, and that is unacceptable. We cannot embellish this kind of terroristic mischief on our psyche.
Mr. Oraka, people that they are calling militants, and let me just read what they demanded from the federal government lately during the SARS protest. Only one out of the 11 demands. Just listen. They said the proposed 2021 budget, which appropriated billions of naira to the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, should be withdrawn and put on hold, and the Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs should not be allowed to defend the proposed budget until the substantive board of the NDDC is inaugurated and sworn in by President Muhammadu Buhari. How good is that? How good is that?
It's funny, because you see, one of the greatest mistakes that we are doing, and I think I've said this severally on many videos, is to think that we are smarter than these people. We are not. We are not. We never will be as smart as they are. Besides being the northern oligarchy, besides being smarter than us, they are also united. So you can see these people are smart, and you see they operate a system of oligarchy. Oligarchy is a system whereby a certain class of people believe that they have a privilege to enjoy the good life. The other class, which are called the proletariat, enjoy the privilege of remaining poor. And those that are poor will do everything to defend their status, so as also the rich would fight to defend their status. But in the South, we don't operate oligarchy. We operate a system, what's this one? What's the system of America? A system...
Democratic.
No, not democracy. An economic system. An economic system whereby... Hey.
Let me find it.
It's an economic system where everybody can be anything. Anybody can aspire to whatever you want to be. China practice socialism. What does America practice?
I only know of the democracy.
Okay. Anyway, Sham. So in a system whereby if you have a child today, even if a child is born by a poor man, the child can actually aspire to become Dangote, can actually aspire to become the president of the Federal Republic. But in the North here, once you are targeted as emanating from a poor family, you can't be anything. You cannot advance to become anything. So only those that have name, Dan Tata, Yaradua, only those ones can aspire to become people anywhere. So it's a system that they operate, and they are willing to defend it. Including those who are poor, they'll be willing to defend the system that makes them poor. That is how it operates here in Nigeria. So these people that are prepared to defend the system that makes them poor are the ones that are supplying this terrorism and this skills that we have in Nigeria. You have your kids that want to live the good life. I can tell you there are people here who give birth to kids who are prepared to sell sugarcane or cut fingernails. Or remember, there's a governor. Let me even the more recent one, the very recent one, the governor of Kogi State. Can you imagine a governor buying wheelbarrows, 5,000 wheelbarrows for youths? What future is a governor like that thinking for the youths? Of course, the person you are buying wheelbarrow for, you're not expecting the person to become senator or member of the House of Reps or a doctor or an engineer, because they want to maintain the system. Those who are poor should remain poor. Only the likes of Bello and those at the top should enjoy the money. So it's a terrible system that has to stop. If at all we must keep Nigeria together, the system of oligarchy in the north must be broken. Must be broken.
I think
and we can only do that.
The problem.
Yeah, go ahead.
The problems facing Nigeria is too complex. Sometimes it's very difficult to even define some of the problems and profound solutions to them.
And so the problem is complex, but the solution is simple. We from the south are the one encouraging the people from the north to be this inept. In fact, we have in many ways encouraged the north to continuously being inept. Because if you understand your strength, what strength do you have? The south has more population than the north. Even though the north has over the years sold a different narrative to suggest that they are more populated. For God's sake, if for any other thing, the wealth is in your hand. The wealth of Nigeria is in your hand. How can you be the owner of the wealth, you the host? You own more money than me. If we come together and want to talk, do you think I should be talking more than you? Of course, you should be the one talking more than me. But in this case, we are the one with the wealth, but the outside man is one determining how our wealth should be used. Is it not annoying? Now, this is possible because the Ijo man is thinking Ijo, the Igbo man is thinking Igbo, the Edo man is thinking Edo. Okay, go ahead.
Let's terrorize this. You know that Nigeria is operating a centralized system that relies on the federal government. Okay, and now, knowing fully well that our president is from the north and he's very tribalistic, majority of officials, government officials, are from the north. What do you expect? Don't you think that they're going to be controlling the resources in the country?
Beautiful. No, let's stop it there. See, sorry, I didn't give you command. See, no matter how Buhari feels he's strong, no matter how he feels everywhere with his brothers, with his Fulanis, no matter how he makes his judiciary Fulani, House of Assembly Fulani, he cannot be more powerful than the combined resolve of the governors in the south. It's not possible. If the governors of south, southeast, and southwest form, for instance, which is something I'm thinking about, a Southern Governors Alliance Forum, the Buhari cannot be stronger than them. If they come together and say, look, our wealth, you can't do this with our wealth. There's nothing they can do about it.
Especially the money that they allocated for Fulani Herdsmen to compensate Fulani Herdsmen.
If they say, if the Southern government say that money you are giving to this thing should stop it, it will stop. Where are you getting it from? If you are going to pay it from the granite of the north, no problem. But it should not come from the coffers of the budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it is the fact that our governors have not been able to transcend their mind outside these ethnic proclivities. I've said this in over and over again.
It's because
the other day the governors.
Let me interrupt you. I need to interrupt you here. So you know that the security, any issue about the security is in the hands of the federal government. You understand that? So right now they are using that to justify their actions of making our money in the name of fighting insecurity in the country. So for me, I think that the only way we can resolve this problem is this system of federalism that will give power to states to manage their own resources.
Look, let me tell you, my sister, the system of federalism is there. Nobody stopped the South governors to practice federalism, but they are practicing federalism from, you see, the governors that we elect into power. Before this program, we've already said that the governors of the South, they want to maintain their the pledge of their allegiance to the North. Nobody stops them from practicing federalism. When the federal government was trying to force their own choice governor in Ekiti State, what did the other governors do? They are trying to force. They supported the North, even though you and I know that the reason why they want the man in Ekiti State to be there is because they have trust that this governor will pursue their agenda for them. And that is why. So you find people who are pursued more by greed and selfish consideration will pursue this and will pursue this idea and make it possible for the caliphate to have to plant their stooge in the South. What the North is enjoying over the South is the fact that they have stooges. They have stooges in the South. And it is time we began to identify these stooges and start uprooting them. They have too many stooges. If we have people who are loyal to the region before the state, if we have governors who can say, okay, let me work with the governor of, let the Southeast governors work with, look, this whole thing we are talking about, the day the governors of the Southeast and the governors of the Southwest, if just two, either governors of Southeast and South come together, or governors of South and Southwest come together, or governors of Southwest and Southeast, any two of the three, but preferably the three, the day they will come back, that is when you know that there's federalism in this country. It is because it is not operating. That's why the North is having power. When Amoteku was formed and the oligarchy saw that the governors of the Southwest supported Amoteku, did they do anything? They didn't go to the West to start attacking the force. So what they are trying to do now is to spread these Fulani herdsmen to neutralize Amoteku from within. When these people brought Eastern Unity Forum, because the governors didn't sanction it, that's why the military cannot go into the Southeast and pretend to be picking up recruits of Eastern Security Network to be killed. But if this Eastern Security Network is formed and the governors of the Southeast, they have paper or legislation backing it, there's no way the military can come in, because for the government to send military into a state, the governor of that state must allow them in. To tell you that federalism still operates, it's just that because the sheepishness of these governors is why we don't see it. When they try to bring down Wike, what Wike is doing, the governor of Rivers State. If you have the type of Wike in every state in this country who are willing to stand to the face of terror and said, no, I am the commander-in-chief of this state. I hold the power to determine what happens in this state. The power of the Buhari will be nothing. But you have governors who are afraid of, who are thinking about their presidential ambition, or who are thinking of going to the House of Assembly, and they believe they cannot be what they want to be if the North does not ratify it.
Yes.
That is why you have a governor, Umahi of Ebonyi State. He forgot his traditional attire to please his northern colleague, he wants to dress like them. When, but we just say in the beginning of that, in this thing, that the Fulanis in Nigeria have told the Fulanis outside that, look, there's an island of stupid people that you can come and do things and go free. Come before they get sense. Let us rob and kidnap and start demanding ransom. That is what is happening now. And it is happening. And the guy who said Nigeria is 2 million or whatever, that it's not so. The Nigerian military has been compromised. We have terrorists now in our military. Don't forget that, who was it that said, it was it Goodluck Jonathan that said, there's Boko Haram in Aso Rock, that there are members of Boko Haram in Aso Rock. So the whole system is compromised by these terrorists. And until we have a leader, we have a leader that is true and fair and sincere and above all transparent, that truly wants to risk his life, because to take out these people will require that, because they might even assassinate any president who wants to change his order. Which was why when Goodluck made that phone call, he didn't make that phone call because he was weak. He didn't make that phone call because he agreed he has lost. He made that phone call because nobody knew the depth at which Nigeria has gone bad, and he was alone. So he can't fight it alone. Let sleeping dog lie. Let's continue. That was why he made the statement. He said, when he leaves, you will not enjoy the level of freedom you enjoyed. And that's what we are seeing today.
Nigeria, the problem of Nigeria, honestly, is too complex. It's even,
and their question, no question yet.
No question. Let's look at what happened lately, that the president appoints service chiefs.
That reminds me.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that one. Now, for those who said they are happy that they've changed service chief, that, look, let me tell you, nothing will change. Nothing will change. I saw some Edo people celebrating that the chief of defense staff is Irabo. So because they saw Irabo, suddenly nothing will change. Nothing. Not if you think anything is going to change. They just did that to gain some level of political relevance, because 2023 is by the corner. So that's just what this thing is all about. At the end of the day, the chief of army staff cannot single-handedly issue out this. It is still the president that will give the final order. So if you want, let's put the picture straight. If truly that the Fulani herdsmen have a synergy, some sort of synergy with the people in power, are you not telling me that the president will now appoint someone that will now come and disrupt what they have labored to fix since 2011? Because everything that we have today, from removing Ononge and putting this chief judge, from putting a chief of army staff that is Fulani, from Fulanizing this administration, was deliberate. It wasn't coincidence. It wasn't, the appointment were not based on merit. Are you telling me now that this Irabo will come and change everything, whereas the cabal in Aso Rock will sit and watch? It's not possible.
I believe that this changing of or appointing new service chiefs will not change anything, because the problem
is just a political scorecard. It's just political scorecard.
We need to tackle it from the root cause. The root cause of this problem.
I want you to ask me now. Ask me now. If I was the president of this Federal Republic, if I'm given the chance to be the president of Nigeria, what will I do to fix Nigeria? That's the question I really want to answer.
I think if you, for instance, you are the president of Nigeria, how will you address the problems facing the country? Will you tackle it from the root cause? Because right now in Nigeria,
the first thing I will do if I am the president of the Federal Republic Nigeria, I will start like this. Fellow Nigerians, the country has experienced tremendous tests from different challenges over the years. It is now time that Nigeria has a complete reset. Some people may call it restructuring. Some people may call it whatever nomenclature that is most suitable for them. But Nigeria indeed needs a complete reset. Nigeria is built for Nigerians and not for other nationalities. What is happening is that the resources of Nigeria is being used to also finance other countries, such as Chad, Niger, Sudan. You may not know it, but Nigeria is also carrying the weight. Baba Gana Kingibe, who was a Chadian, was once held a political office here in, I think, the chief of staff in Nigeria, and went to Chad and also held a high political office. It shows that our political atmosphere is intertwined with that of other countries, which makes it impossible for the wealth of the nation to sustain. The first thing I will do as the president of Nigeria is to change the name Nigeria. So that when they call me Nigeria, the man from Niger, who is also called Nigerian, doesn't begin to think that he is also a Nigerian. Because I want to tell you that most Nigerians see themselves too as Nigerians. One is pronounced French, one is pronounced English, but it is you are a Nigerian, a Nigerian. Because the name in itself is our problem. Please, I'm not suggesting Biafra. Let's not go there. Then, when I do that, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will tear it on the ground, pour kerosene on it, and burn it. That is the very bane of our problem, because that Constitution, the 1999 Constitution, was drawn by one northern military officer. And everything in that Constitution was drafted in such a way that even if Jesus Christ comes down and he implements that document, it's going to favor the North. Everything about the Constitution that we currently operate is drawn in such a way that it's a northern constitution. So we're going to burn that. And then we call every ethnic representative, how do we live together? So that every ethnic, and then this Wazobia mentality that makes Nigeria in such a way that the three major tribes now feel that they own Nigeria more than the other tribes. I will try as much as possible to abolish that mentality. I will produce an atmosphere where every tribe, irrespective of your population, feels a sense of belonging and feel important so much enough that you can actually determine a difference. So I will call every tribe to bring a representative so that we sit down and say, okay, this house we are going to live in, how do we live together? If we can live together, let us draft a constitution that enables us to live together in peace. If we can't live in peace, then we determine how we are going to divide and divide peacefully.
Yes, exactly.
But we must first try a way that suggests how we will live together. Except that is not possible, then we know that we tried, but it didn't work. The problem we have is the Wazobia, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Those are our problem. While they struggle to tussle for this power, they forget the interests of the rest of Nigerians. Nigeria has over 300 and something ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. For some reason, these three tribes believe that power should rotate among them alone. If not for divine intervention that brought in a Goodluck Jonathan from a minority tribe, I don't think the Constitution of Nigeria, minority in quote, I don't think the Constitution of Nigeria makes it possible in a normal democratic setting for a Goodluck Jonathan to become the president of Nigeria. That was why the powers that be felt if they give Goodluck another 4 years, it will mean he has ruled Nigeria for 10 years and some months. That can never happen. It will begin to give other minorities the feeling that they too can rule. So they had to stop it so that other minorities don't begin to get the idea too that they own Nigeria. Because Nigeria is an exclusive preserve of the three major tribes.
Goodluck Jonathan, it was the circumstances that made him the president.
Of course,
In election, in a general election, he didn't win the election. He didn't win. So it was the circumstances that the sitting president died, and he was the vice. So automatically, he's supposed to be the president. That is what brought him to power. Otherwise, they will never allow him
at all. So the truth is that if we do that, then the next thing we do is to make sure that I wouldn't encourage state police so that governors don't begin to apply police for their personal political ambition. Rather, I will encourage regional police. I will encourage regional police. And this region that I will operate will not be this 6 geopolitical region. I will not operate it. The Nigeria as it is divided, it shortchanges the South. And because the South, we are basically tribalistic, we do not see how much this is shortchanged. I'll give you an example. They say Abuja is located in the center of Nigeria. If Abuja is in the center of Nigeria, how come you still call places under Abuja as North? If you say Abuja is the center of Nigeria, that means places like Lokoja, Kogi State, Benue State, Taraba, part of Plateau. This place should be southern part of Nigeria. When you look at the map of Nigeria and you see where they call South, it's an insult to the compass of my ordinary knowledge of compass, where you say North and South. So I will rename the places like Benue, I will lump them to become South. Places like Plateau, part of Plateau, Taraba, and Kogi State, I will name all those places South. That way, the psychological supremacy did not have to say that we have larger landmass. Will stop. Everything that gives the North that psychological advantage, I will cripple it. So that they don't start telling you that our population is more than your own, our landmass is more than your own. Everything will be equal. Everything will be fair. Everything will be distributed equally. Because to get Nigeria working, you must cripple the psychological dominance of these 3 major tribes. You must cripple it. If not, we will keep recycling the same problem. The day the Yoruba man comes, he'll be working to better the lives of Yoruba people. The day the Hausa man comes, he'll be working to better the lives of the Hausa. The day the Igbo man comes, he'll be working to better the life of the Igbo man. And that's we keep recycling the same psychology. So we need a system that will cripple the psychology of these 3 dominant tribes then, so that they begin to feel that they are equal with other tribes. Apart from religion, the next problem we have in Nigeria is ethnicity, and we must cripple that mentality. Then finally,
that one would be to deal with the ethnicity.
But we must start. We must identify the problem, and since it's a problem identified, we must devise strategies to solve it. And then finally, I will want a system in Nigeria whereby the power of the presidency is reduced, so that we have, instead of having 1 vice president, we have 4 regions: Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast, so that we have 4 deputy governors, 4 deputy presidents. This deputy president becomes the power that be in their regions. The president becomes a spokesperson to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That way, this idea that the North will use the power at the center to be exploiting the wealth of other regions is nullified. Like I said, they are merely my opinions. Yeah? I'm not saying they are foolproof solutions. But what we should do is that we've shied away from it for too long. We must call people together to determine how we will live together. Yeah, if we can. Lord Lugard came and just lumped us together without asking us if we want to be together, or if we must be together, how do we be together? You just lump us together with different cultures, different religious beliefs, everything about us. Look, there's nothing similar between me and the Fulani man. Nothing whatsoever. But I have some sort of similarities with the Yoruba man and some sort of similarities with the Igbo man. I can live with the Igbo man, I can live with the Yoruba man. But to live with the Fulani man, there's absolutely no similarities at all. Which is why I told you that the Fulani man does not see you as his brother and will never see you as his brother. That I can tell you for sure. When I was schooling in University of Maiduguri, they see people from Chad more as their brothers than you that you are with them. If when I was in Maiduguri, I was treated as a second-class citizen. If you go to the disciplinary office, they treat you differently. If you have a problem with any indigenous there, they treat you differently. If you have a problem with a foreigner that is from Chad or Niger, and they take you to the disciplinary office, they treat you differently. They treat you like you are not a Nigerian. For those who attended University of Maiduguri, we would know what I'm saying. So we were living there and just mind our business. Just read your book, make sure that you graduate and go. That's how we lived there.
You know, this problem, you know, looking at the problem that we are facing, especially the tribalism in the system, those who amalgamated Nigeria did not even run a test that will show if these people can coexist in peace and harmony before amalgamating.
No, as at that time, the British were just interested in what is convenient for them. We're like animals; they didn't bother about us. So, in fact, we are not compatible with the North. That's just the truth. We are not compatible at all. We are not compatible.
They would have considered this if these people, because you cannot just amalgamate how many tribal groups. Oh my God, Nigeria, we have more than 200. How can
300, more than 300.
You see, so how can you just amalgamate so many tribal groups like that, and you expect peace?
No, we are not compatible.
No, it's too much. It's too much. You know,
we are not compatible.
When you look at, for instance, now when you look at Delta, those states, we are almost we can coexist. Look at the Yoruba.
No problem. We don't have problem.
We don't have problem with the Yorubas. You know, we are. But when you look at the Hausa, the northern region, we are very different. How can you amalgamate this? Britain didn't even care. They just amalgamated Nigeria and they leave. Today we are facing the problem and we are blaming many. When you look at Nigeria, in order to solve the problem facing that country, we have to look at the root cause. The root cause started from the amalgamation of Nigeria. It's too much. We cannot coexist.
The cowardness of the southern politicians is annoying. They are just damn too coward.
No, they made a big mistake. They would have created.
When are we should be running. I think we spend over 1 hour 30 minutes plus now.
Yeah. So
I'm getting fatigued already.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's end the program. Next time we'll come back again to continue with Nigeria and the problems facing the country. Because the problem.
Is there any question so far from the viewers? Because I can't see comments of. I can't see the comments of viewers here.
Just comments. They say Nigeria is a racist construct, not racist, tribalistic.
No, Nigeria is not a race. If you want to bring the issue of racist, it's not even. It's going to be another program. But
we don't have
the North is not racist. You see, let me say this thing here. I am not making case for the North, though. If it were not for this political and religious affiliation, this religious and political affinity of the North is a beautiful place to stay. Honestly,
really,
they are the closest people to they are the closest people to humanity. If you stay with the Northerner, let's say for instance, I've been to Onitsha. When you reach there around 11, they tell you don't move. Wait until daybreak before you start moving. But if you enter this town around 11 or 12 or 1, and you are traveled, people see that yes, you're actually on a journey. You just arrived the state late. I can tell you that somebody will give his house to stay until daybreak. You can even get a vehicle to go to your house as late as it is to your house anywhere.
You are very generous.
You understand me? Yes. The last time I came from Warri, I got to Plateau State around. I came to Plateau State around. We entered Plateau State around 2, around after 2. I came down, I saw a motorbike, I took the motorbike, and we came to my house that same night. So the truth is that it is just this religious affinity. Just this religious affinity that is the problem here. We that are over there, our love for money is too much. Money has defined who we are. And this is everybody, whether you are from Yoruba, Edo, Yoruba, Igbo, all of money has defined us. That love for money is what is destroying us. I was in Delta the other day, my car. I needed people to push my car. They're asking me how much will I pay for them to push my car, for it to start. Right here, if your car breaks down, it is people that will ask you, it is people that will be begging you to push your car until maybe it doesn't start. You know, the humanity, that's why it's when you tell a lot of Southerners to live here, they are not exactly too excited to live, because the level of humanity here is more than the humanity we have in the South. The humanity is high. It's only when there is this religious, that's why these politicians, whenever they want some that benefits them, they trigger this religious uprising, because at the end of the day, it benefits the politicians in the North. But the natural state of the man in the North, believe me, I'm not making a case for the North. They are more human. They are very, very human. If you go to buy things from them in the market, they will not cheat you. But we from the South, if you go to the market and there's any opportunity to cheat you, they will cheat you, die. They will cut your eye out. So the Nigerian problem is complex.
Yeah, people keep saying
they are more honest. Yes,
they are more honest. Yes, that 100%.
They are more.
Very, very
if you tell people to leave, let me end this program with small jokes so that people will laugh. There was a time when there was crisis in the North there. So my people kept calling me, say, what are you people still doing in the North? Leave the North now. Just leave. I said, but if you go now, you know you have to have a new house, school fees. I said, don't just come, don't worry, come. So I said, okay, they say we should come. But something tell me, say, okay, make I put one leg in, one leg out. So my house, I didn't exactly just leave the house. So me and my wife, we went. That first time we went, they said, hey, it's good. Leave the house out there. As soon as I come house, you know, good like this. That first day they were cooking food for us, big chicken, big meat with a chop. Say, hey, we happy say when I come. What do I do for not? After 1 week, they begin to remind me, say, see that big flat there. Now one guy where he go north to, I think come and I build that big house. See that boy, him be stay north. I see they are not stylishly reminding you about your failures. I touched my wife. I said, don't start to say, hey. So you mean all the time you stay for north, you mean say you know if you gather money. Now say all your mates, if all your mates go, wait. I just told my wife, so yeah, let's begin to go back. After 3 months, we couldn't stay.
You see?
We couldn't stay. Look, you see, when we should, as much as we keep saying the North is this, the North is this, the North is this, we shouldn't paint ourselves as if we are exact angels. No, I must say this. I must also add this too.
We cannot deny.
Yeah, when my mom died, you know, my mom died in the North in Adamawa State. For the period she died, anybody who comes to greet us will come with food or money. They say, hey, yeah, we hear say if una person die, una they carry and go home. Hey, yeah, okay, see this 3,000 for transport. Hey, yeah, see this 5,000 for transport. Hey, I not get see this crate of mineral. See this bag of rice. For those 3 to 4 days, come and see food stuff. Come and see money. Nobody comes to you without coming with something. Those that don't have money, they'll make this local drink they call kunu. They'll make kunu in bucket and bring it so that people who come, they will see to drink. But as soon as we took our mom's cups home, hey God, when I know they come home for burial, before we go start this burial, I must bring 150,000. When I go build a house, people who came to greet us were the one cooking food for them to eat. Compared to when we were in the North, it was people that were cooking food to come and give to us. We have already lost a mom. You are making us to spend money for losing a loved one. Is that a culture?
That is the tradition, no? in Benin, if
And it's
you
a devilish tradition.
but I agreed, embedded in the tradition as well. I know that the Northerners are more honest in Nigeria for sure, 100%. The Northerners are more honest. Not only you, one of my brothers at the other time, was it not 2 or 3 years ago when I interviewed him on this program, the same thing, exactly what you just explained. That is why I was just listening to you. Exactly the same thing. He said he grew up in the northern region of Nigeria. The first time he visited Benin, he said he was not able to stay in Benin. He was so surprised the way people are so aggressive. People don't care. They don't care about each other and everything.
That kind.
He said he was not able to stay in Benin. He went back to North again. He said, if you live in the North, see how peaceful people are. The Hausa people. You are like this. Exactly the same thing. Even Sister Angela.
If you see somebody here that is not doing something, you say, I want to wash my clothes. So how much will I pay you to wash it? So, oh God, let me wash it. When you finish, pay me what you can pay me. So, okay, wash this thing. Take this 1,000 or take this thing. I went to I saw a boy thinking I wanted to help him. I said, okay, please come and wash this thing. My mother-in-law said, I beg, don't try it. They will insult you. As you see that one that is looking as if he's hungry, so he's thinking about buying Jeep. They don't want to walk, but they're planning to buy Jeep. They don't have handwork, but they want to drive Jeep. Everybody wants to drive Jeep. No handwork, nothing. And one other evil in our place, my mother's, I went to a house, it was leaking, and they say, why is this place leaking? Can't you repair it? They say, you think it's just too zinc they'll put it will stop the leakage. I said, but why have you not done it? And I said, because he said, for you to do it, you must go and meet community leader. You must go and meet a king. You must pay deve. You must to repair your own house. You must pay to repair your own house.
When you are doing renovation,
you must pay this thing. For then I say, why is it that they've not brought NEPA pole? For you to draw light from NEPA pole to your house, after settling with NEPA, you must go and pay youth leader. You must pay community leader. You must no. So no. The level of extortion in that place is too much. It's too much. And then this issue of cult. Any small boy, a cult. I went to the village, my village. Every young boy is smoking. These are the leaders of tomorrow. You are not in school. You are not learning any trade. No handwork. Yet you want to carry the finest girl. You want to sag jeans. You are smoking weed. What kind of nonsense is this?
That's what you see.
Then next you say you are joining cult.
The issue of cultism is ravaging the lives of Edo youth. Did you see what happened lately in Edo State when our youth were killed in the street as if we are fighting a physical war in Edo State?
And the people who are leading, everybody's in one form of cult or the other now. So if you say they should stop, if you say they should open the secret of cult today, you'll be amazed that even the person that you think is a pastor in the church or the person that you revere so high, you find out that the person too is just a member of one cult.
It's too much. It's too much.
It is how do I put it? It's inferiority complex that makes people to join cult. When I was in school in those days, they said I should come and join cult. I said, what am I joining cult for? If somebody comes to collect my girlfriend and the girlfriend agrees to follow, I'll go find another one. If teacher say no green mark my distance, I go study hard. If he mark me wrong, I will carry the notebook. Go show, okay, I get this one. I take failure. You understand me? So I'm not competing for anything. I'm not looking for anything. So why do I need to join cult? They say you are very popular. I will need popular people in us, and I'm not interested.
That popularity.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Yeah, you will be a kind of a target if you are popular and you are very intelligent. They want you to be part.
Because the moment you join, you start living risky life. You start attracting dangerous life to yourselves. You start putting yourself in dangers that is not it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You understand me?
Okay.
So you start causing problems.
Mr. Raka, there are many comments here. Some of them are very funny. Let me read this one. They say having Ododuwa, Biafra, and others means there is no business as usual for the satanic, evil Nigerian politicians. Yeah, yeah.
No, not me. Just like as I believe that not all Hausas are bad, not all Fulanis are bad. That's how I also believe not all Igbos are bad. We have very, very good Igbo people, extremely good ones.
Yes.
You understand me? Yes. We have them everywhere. We have them everywhere. We have bad Ijos, bad Edos, but they are all everywhere. But when one group has a bad one that their voice is becoming too loud, we will all come and say, calm down. We are fighting one evil. We cannot say because we are fighting one evil, we begin to ignorantly nurture another evil up. That's why we are against one group. You know the group, I will not call their name. That's why we are against them. Not that we hate anybody. Any group that comes up and have the interest of everybody at heart, anybody that comes up and their thinking transcends above tribal primitiveness, we will support that group. For now, we are yet to see that group. That's all.
Okay, another one says Nigeria needs to go for us to have a nation that work for the citizen. So, like, work for
the Nigerian nation. The Nigerian nation is the problem is in the politicians. The problem is just in the politicians, particularly the politicians in the South. If the politicians begin to be brave enough, and this cowardice that they display in the face of northern politicians is checked, then we have a chance. But in as much as the North believes that they can have stooges in the South, there's a problem, because the South, since they gave birth to you, Osage, have you ever seen the South having a northern stooge?
There are some comments here are very, very funny. I'm just reading the comments. I don't want to read some. Nigerians.
No problem now. You always have some very negative comments. Yeah. I'm used to them.
Yeah. Northerners are equally corrupt. No, this sentence is not okay. Northerners are equally corrupt. They control the government and embezzle Nigerian money. Okay.
But yes, that they are corrupt now. We said there are corruptions everywhere. But that just as every politicians, all politicians in Nigeria, whether Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, they are all corrupt. But what we are saying is that the level of humanity for one person to another, whether they like it or not, is more pronounced because the media always propagate the evil and killings of the Hausa man. But when it comes to humanity, if you see a level-headed Hausa man, believe me, they are very, very sweet to live with. But just these politicians have made these killings and this thing. That's what we hear every day. But there are very good, very, very good Hausa people, just as there are some good Fulani people. Because if you don't want us to stereotype Igbos, you don't want us to stereotype Edo Yoruba, then you should also have it in mind that it is also wrong to stereotype the Hausas or stereotype the Fulanis. It was why I left one group on one group of this Daughters of Truth. Somebody made a post and wanted to paint the Fulanis in general as evil. I said no, because I go to the bar and I have some Fulani friends. We both enjoy our bottles of beer together in the bar. I speak with them. I see how they reason. Not all of them like what is going on. In fact, they are not happy that some of their brothers are behaving this way. So it would be wrong if they now hear me generalizing Fulanis, what would they think of me? Yeah, when I see that they are not like that.
Stereotyping.
Yaradua that rule this country. You and I agree that Yaradua is not an extremist like Buhari. So why should we now stereotype them? It's not proper.
So I like this comment here. It says Nigerian politics will make a honest person to become corrupt.
It's true. That's true. Because of the 1999 Constitution. The 1999 Constitution makes it impossible for even Jesus Christ to become the president of Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah, when you are too honest. You saw what happened with Governor Obaseki in Edo State. It was just the glory of God. Otherwise, he would have not won that election. And those of us in the
No, the Obaseki won because for the first time the people realized their strength.
those of us in diaspora impacted that election.
No, it is not the issue of the people. The people, let's not. The people realized their strength. And in the case of Nigeria, an opportunity presented themselves when the people again wanted to change the history of Nigeria, and that is the NSAS. But for some reason, one idiot somewhere just decided to turn everything about himself, and that opportunity eluded us. If not that NSAS, imagine those people remained in that toll gate for as long as 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And then the spirit now pervades the whole country. Of course, something must give way. But somebody somewhere now gave a reason, saying that he's the one that ordered for the maize to be stolen. He's the one that gave the order. Because at the end of the day, you want the thing to be about yourself. And it culminated in the Rivers State massacre. And then before you know it, we were no longer talking about NSAS, we're talking about Rivers State. That was how the whole thing died.
Thank you so much, sir. We have to end this program right now. Thank you all for watching.
No,
if today is your first time of visiting our channel, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. And we'll come back next time with Mr. Oraka to discuss about Nigerian politics. I think we have to end today's program like this. Thank you all. Mr. Oraka, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.